Hello, so let's understand what sensors are there available in the market. So the topic today here is the types of sensors. So you can see across the web you can search for different types of sensor, though there are numerous types. The first one is the proximity sensor. As the name suggests, this kind of sensor is used to detect the proximity of a nearby object from the sensor itself. For example, you place this sensor uh, in a space and an object is in the proximity of this sensor, then sensor can provide you an output signal indicating it has detected an object in its proximity, that is the nearby range. Second type is the capacitive sensing principle, that is used to detect some touch or human touch, for example in the elevators or a mobile screen when we are playing games or making calls or uh, pressing the keypads on the mobile screens. So that is basically the principle of capacitive sensing, where after the human touch your sensing capacitance value changes and that gets subsequently detected and converted into proportionate digital signal. Third one is accelerometer. As the name says, it is used to detect and measure an acceleration of an object or its its integrated versions, which is velocity, and double integrated version, which is the distance of an object. The fourth one is the thermometer. As the name suggests, it is used to detect the temperature of an object. Next one is the pressure sensor. As the name suggests, it is used to detect the pressure or the force or a mechanical stress um, that is exerted uh, on an object or an experienced by an object. Next one is the light sensor. As the name suggests, it is used to detect the light and various properties of the lights. Next is ultrasonic transducer or ultrasonic sensor. So it is used to detect and measure an object again by transmitting and receiving back an ultrasonic waveforms. Gyroscope sensor is used to detect and measure changes in the angular position of an object. For example, the ball is spinning or rotating in an angular way, so that can be detected. So this kind of sensor is highly used in automotive sector, aerospace, defense, and so many other industries. Thermocouple is also a temperature measurement unit. It is used to detect the temperature difference of an object, and it generates some proportionate output voltage in response to that. Next one I am going to show or tell you is your motion detector. So motion detector is the integrated version. So you take a double integration of the acceleration that you get, the motion or the position or the distance of an object. So that's the function of motion detector. Next one is the photo detector. Photo detector or photosensor is a kind of sensor or detector that is used to detect the changes in the intensity of the light. As soon as it detects the light, it generates in response to that an electrical signal which is proportional to the light intensity. There are two types of photodetector, that is phototransistors and the photodiode. These are two solid state devices. Next one is position sensor. Again, the motion sensor, the position sensor, or an accelerometer, they are all same. but they differ with their technology, size, shape, and cost, so many other parameters, but mainly these. Touch switch is also a kind of sensor, like I explained to you on the display screen. We use our fingers to touch and screens of an objects, and thereby we operate them. So touch switch is also kind of monitor or detector to detect or monitor our touch. It can be using capacitive change principle or some other principle. Thermistor is the next one. Is a temperature detector, again just like thermocouple or a thermometer. It is a kind of sensor that changes its resistance value in response to the change in the temperature, surrounding temperature. Next is image sensor. So again you have this kind of sensor to actually used in cameras and your photo systems. So that basically works on the principle of lights, and it converts the light into an image, output image, just like in our photo camera. Next one is your Hall effect sensor. So that's a kind of sensor, uses the, you can explore yourself, it uses the electromagnetic field principle. Photoelectric sensor is one such sensor, which is used to convert the light into a proportionate electric signal. So that is the sensor. Then you have infrared sensor, passive or active. So this one is passive, that actually used to detect an object or a position of those objects by sending and receiving an infrared signal into an environment. So that's how these sensors all work together. Next, there are sensors that works on the principle of piezoelectricity, such as vibration sensors, and those kind of sensors detects the changes in the vibration, and they are also used in accelerometer, gyroscopes, and so many other things. Next is inductive sensor. Here you see that there is an inductive sensor. So it is also a sensor that is used to detect the position or a motion or the distance of an object by changing its inductance in response to that. Next is pressure sensor, infrared, again ultrasound. I explained that in the previous video. It transmits and receives an ultrasound waves and measure it accordingly to the distance or presence of an object in its surrounding. Then is a tilt sensor, just like a gyroscope. It is used to detect the tilt of an object. There is a pressure sensor, pressure of an object, force of an object, or exerted or experienced by an object, or pressure experienced or exerted to an object. So that's the pressure sensor work. So there are many sensors we have understood, we have seen here, and tried to understand its principles, their principles, in one or two sentences. So hope you like this video. And these are the prominent sensing category. So hope you like these videos. If you did so, share it with others, and do subscribe to the channel. Wish you happy learning.